guys, welcome to the Martaverse. As usual, we're going to kick off Tuesdays with Bitcoin analysis. Then there's going to be a series of requests that I take in the Discord. Right now, we're going to hop into Bitcoin and see what happened. And a quick reminder that always those videos are sponsored by EIGHTCAP, my favorite trading platform. Their integration with TradingView is live and is an absolute game changer. I suggest give them a go. Check it out yourself and see how much easier trading has become since that transition. Now, without further ado, let's kick off with Bitcoin. So weekly, guys, that level, keep bringing it up, keep talking about it. It is make or break. It is the moment where we literally had our hearts in our throats so many times. However, many scalpers seem to be actually loving this level because it's literally like up, down, up, now, up, down. This is a daily outlook. So if you zoom in on like a 4 hour, you can see how you could have played this zone. Obviously front run here, but in general, there were great confluences, great levels. You know, that chop is heaven for scalpers. It's literally like a 50-50 play where you come to that support and you go assume you long and wait for a reaction. And like you clear invalidation here, you know, clear targets as well. You know, you TP off at a mid range here, and then if it goes higher, then you TP at the top or anywhere near the top. You know, amazing reach actually. Circumstances, great environment for scalpers. Just real quick, I don't know if you watched my video on EIGHTCAP and how. I'm not going to do this right now because I don't want to show you, like, there's my name and everything on there. I'm going to protect that. But see those two buttons? This is literally all you do is you either press, you either press short or long, put your information off the screen if you use the long position, short position. And basically that's it. You place your trade, and then the trade is displayed on your screen. You place your what you call them, alerts. That's it. Super easy. Especially I find now I'm so stuck to my laptop to the screen that it's nearly 100% better for me to do this off the screen than off my phone. I'm so bad for trading off my phone though. Apparently you're not supposed to really do that. But even for like exchanges, KuCoin, whatever, Binance, anything, like, you know, you're supposed to really, but I find it easiest and the handiest to do it on your app. Whereas I'm still nevertheless spending 90% of my day on this screen. Moving on anyway, because I want to talk more about obviously the price action here, which is still that chop. I'm not expecting very high. I'm not expecting going above 40,000 in the next coming weeks. I think if anything we could come up to 35, but I actually just want to zoom out because I want to show you guys again where we are now. This could look like a little W, you know, if you're not counting this massive wick and you're just kind of coming up to this point and there. This is like potential W. We could be moving up higher, but I think, see that resistance here at around 35,000. This is where I would be expecting Bitcoin, if it goes up higher, go up, move, you know, a little bit of a rise levels, a couple of them here, hit that level and reject, go lower. Don't see any bullish scenarios here at the minute. I don't see any like valid reasons for Bitcoin to turn here unless circumstances change. when we come up to this level, when we see, I don't know, there's amazing news around the world, could take weeks, guys. You know, this isn't going to happen over a day. We might push up higher. Honestly, people will start, you know, believing Bitcoin is back to bull. It could be just a nasty bull trap. I'm not trying to be negative here. I'm just trying to be realistic. Narrative still, to me, is down. Even if we go up, I think there is valid reason to assume we're going to come up to this point and reject down. Any questions about Bitcoin, guys? These are my thoughts.
Yeah, quick question, Jin. So I mean, as you know, I'm not a trader at all. I'm not a trader, so I listen to the likes of you and others when it comes to this kind of activity. But there's someone I know who I respect to, who's actually got buy orders in at 18 grand for Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think the likelihood of reaching that level is?
See, I had pointed at that level before already as well. I don't know about 18,000, but there is a lot of money around. This is on this chart. If you go get Bookmap, it's actually free. It looks wicked. It actually looks crazy when you use it at the start, but it shows exactly where the money is sitting in a smaller time frame or a longer time frame. 22,000 is a very, very significant level to come back down to it. I don't see a reason why Bitcoin, when it comes down to this level, not to wick lower. But again, I always say level to level. Let's come down to this point where it happens. There's like, I don't want to predict, and I never talk in definites. I don't know. Maybe we'll get to that point. Maybe we won't. As a trader that just goes by short price action, and what I see right now in front of me, I think we're more likely to bounce here. Go a little bit higher, get people to commit to their longs, assume we're back to bull, reject, go down. This is something I'm leaning towards. This doesn't mean that this is what's going to happen, because we could easy get trapped in this chop, and then we're going to get another black swan event. There's been talks about that monkeypox thing, you know, being similar to what happened with COVID, that could, you know, cause another sell-off event. And then I don't see why Bitcoin cannot just cascade back down. Look at that gap. This is a weekly chart, but there is a massive, you know, there is a massive gap here that could be totally reclaimed. And again, this wouldn't happen overnight. This wouldn't happen over even a week. Each bar represents a week, guys, so I wouldn't see us cascading from here all the way down to 18,000. But black swan events are super hard to predict, and it's definitely something that, yeah, it's very hard to prepare for. If you have bids that low and they don't hit, well, you still have spare capital to buy something else higher, or when we see a proper trend shift. If they hit, happy days, you bought Bitcoin at 18,000. That's how I look at it.
So what do you think the likelihood at the moment is? Because obviously, as you can see, it's ranging right now, but we're likely to enter the 8th consecutive week of a weekly red candle. So how do you think that'll end up playing out?
Like I said, I think I'm assuming we're going to move up to the 35 and reject them. That's my opinion. That's what I think will most likely happen. In terms, I can't put like percent on it. It's like it's still 50-50, obviously, because we're at this line. There's like up or down from here, nothing else, or endless chop. But I think I'm leaning more towards going higher, rejecting, going lower, rather than going down now, unless a black swan happens.
Yeah. Okay. Well, as far as I'm aware, in the financial news world news, blah blah blah, there's nothing major happening this week. Like there's no like major meetings happening. So hopefully there won't be any. That means there shouldn't be any bad news coming out this week. So hopefully that won't affect markets either. It'll just be based purely on buying, selling, and speculation.
Yeah. I mean, news, I always look at them after, and I actually avoid news altogether. And when you trade off technicals of your levels. I really stick to simple stuff. There's no need to complicate it, overcomplicate it for yourself. No need to stress and assume, because it's like, I don't know, counting on winning the lottery. You just bought a ticket and you're waiting for something to happen, but like, why? If you can assume that this is my risk, this is possibly the next move, it makes most sense to me. Let's buy some, set stop losses at a reasonable level and take that risk. This is all trading is. It is just taking all the information you have in front of you, taking the risk, understanding that there are 100% absolutely two scenarios that are possible. You either go up or go down, and the likelihood of it will obviously depend on the current situation, but you can't control that. So just control your amount that you're investing, how much in terms of if you are doing leverage, and your stop loss, your position size, all that information that you are in control of. And you know that you're going into a trade with conscious decision, knowing I'm only risking that much. I know this can happen. This is my clear invalidation. If it plays out, it plays out. That's all it is to it. I don't know if we're going to cascade, if we're going to see ever again like 18,000, possibly a milky. But right now, I think likelihood is we will see higher and then reject. 35,000 is a level where I would be very, very interested to see what happens after.
Okay, cheers for that, Marta. Anyone else got anything to say?
No, I was just wondering, with your concerns of it, perhaps, whether it be a bull trap or what have you, going up and inevitably coming down, within the macro landscape we're dealing with. Are you considering, we've got, it's...
Basically, I think the gist of what he's asking, Marta, is, you're saying that you think it's going to go up to the 35k at the moment, and the next, possibly, obviously, the next stage. I think he's asking if you think that's a bull trap.
Yeah, I think there is a possibility. We're going to get some sort of a push up higher, commitment for retail to resume and assume that we are back to bull, and reject. Because this was the chart I was looking at here.
Well, not just that. We've got a recession, like perhaps coming. Red. Do we think that it's gonna pop? Like, where's the max pain? Because I know we all consider max pain, right? Where it, of course, right. So is it gonna, what I mean? And it does exactly opposite of what the majority of people think. And it's astounding how it continues to do it.
Yeah.
Truly. Yeah. And so are we, you know what I mean?
Are we in the max pain yet? Yeah.
And that bull trap potential,
I think actually bull trap would be the max pain scenario right now, because right now I think majority are expecting as low as 18,000. And I think I was actually talking to a friend the other day about crypto, who she's know nothing about it, and she was questioning a few things, and I said to her, if you were this whale and a billionaire and you knew you knew you could move the market with the amount, with the size that you have, and you, let's say, saw that everybody is talking, let's just even move away from crypto for the minute, but you were selling apples, okay, and there was a shortage of apples, or let's just assume, right, that a word on the street is you're selling apples for $1, okay, and it's super, super cheap, right? But then when people come, you'll notice that they're coming to buy those apples for $1, but there are so many of them. What is stopping you from getting the price higher, right? So I think everybody is right now waiting for that price. And why would they, you know what I mean? So it's like Max Payne, I think right now would be to trap people, think they're getting cheaper, because they have those bids there. How many people want Bitcoin that cheap? And everybody is thinking, oh my God, we're getting a second opportunity here. We're going to get amazing, chance to load up that low on everything. I think Max Payne right now would be trap retail and everybody into thinking we're back to bull and then reject. And get that, right.
It goes up, we see the bubble, and then the recession happens. We get the S&P dumping, we got the DXY fucking around, and then out of nowhere, boom.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone thinks it's going up, and then that's when we truly see the dirty numbers.
Yeah.
That's the best buy time, right?
Yeah. This is like, if I was controlling anything, I would want, right? I wouldn't give people a chance to load up at this point. I wouldn't give them that. I wouldn't be like moving the price lower. No, that's not the same, because I'm not the billionaire. I'm not the one who's...
Oh, you're talking from whale perspective, like Wyckoff distribution type.
Yeah. I think...
Okay.
Yeah, I think, but then again, it's a collective work of markets. It's collective work of everything that's going on in economy right now. It's not just crypto. So I really, if I was controlling it, that's what I would do. I would get people commit a lot more money, have them believe, we're back to bull, that this time it is different, and then basically or coordinate a big massive sell-off. But then, like I said, I just don't know. I can't assume with this whole monkeypox thing, with the war, with China again. I've been seeing things pop up here and there again. What's the next step? I don't know. That's why I always get kind of flustered when I talk about that stuff, because I hate going too far into the future, assuming things and stressing
the unknown.
Yeah. And then the stress of thinking about things that I have no control over and no idea what's coming. That's the worst for me. I try to avoid that.
Wow. But we've gained so much value just from your perspective, like your ability to do TA and your grand understanding of what's really going on. I really appreciate it. I'm not gonna lie.
Thanks.
I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks. Anybody else has any questions, guys? Is that clear what we're talking about? Do you want to contribute in any way or ask questions?
I'm pretty good with Bitcoin. I am. Anyone else got any questions about Bitcoin?
No, I think she line it very well. So for me,
that's just to go back to that 35. It's just kind of a level to me. That would be a level where we could get that shift in people's minds, because if you look at this, right, we came up to 32,000. Even if we were up to the 32, that's not really a moment to trap people into believing. It would have to push higher. It would have to push a little bit higher, have that conviction. Okay, we're above this. We broke above that. It wasn't just a fake out. It wasn't just a moment where we see just weakness and a deviation back down. it would have to be, in terms of like talking about that max pain scenario, I think it would be the moment where we are up to 35,000 here. You know, you see how strong of a support that was here and resistance here, and come up to that point and reject. This is, again, guys, a game of probabilities, possibilities. Stick to level. Bitcoin has been, you know, for days and days now stuck in this zone. Like I said, it was an amazing opportunity for scalpers and those that can commit themselves to the charts 24/7, you know, talking about a proper, you know, up, down, clear invalidations, you know, clear targets, because I know this is a different chart. We had those levels, the mark better here. So you draw those, you know, you draw that range, and basically Bitcoin is within that range, jumping up and down. It's excruciating for, I think, investors. It's excruciating for people that are buying spot and DCAing, because yeah, like alts are basically any time Bitcoin at this point moves up, there are minimal moves on the market in terms of alts. So there isn't much, you know, there are obviously certain projects that have been doing better than the others, but as a whole, as a majority, all you see is alts basically anytime Bitcoin drops, they get decimated. They literally get decimated. And then a bit of movement up, they don't get to move enough for you to actually say, oh wow, you know, I've made profit here, I can take something off the so it's getting frustrating, because we see people that are making money with certain spot bags, with certain alts, and you're like, but why didn't I get to that? Why didn't I do? So I can see the frustration, I can see the anger, I can see how people are, you know, disappointed that they're not the ones that are in those alts. They're not the ones that are making the money. And where should you put your money next? I think the best thing to do is step away or spend time on everything else but trading. If that's you, if you're getting frustrated at a game, it's not the time to buy loads into even super solid projects, because I'm going to actually show you a chart we spoke about recently in a second, where actually I think any other chart, because this just crossed my mind as I'm talking about it, but you'll see any chart right now, any movement, you know, you think that you are at a certain super strong support, and you know that move down on Bitcoin brings the alt down even lower. That move down on Bitcoin decimates alts lower. This doesn't do anything to the alts. Then back down again, and again you see lower and lower, and you're like looking at your money basically disappearing. I think last week, the week before, and the week before that, I said, if you have capital, wait. This isn't the time to invest a lot. And when you're DCing, do it with, like, I don't know, a 1% of your budget. Don't even do 10% or 5%, because we could really see much lower. And any move from Bitcoin, bringing Bitcoin down, brings alts even lower. And those supports, sometimes they're like completely gone and you don't even know where the alt is going. And totally, that's like, don't even look at it until either it gets proper support back up, or we are actually at the bottom of this. It could take weeks, but again, I think we are not here to make money in a day. Sorry, someone was going to say something, guys. I think in general our patience is going to be definitely tested, and we're going to feel like, you know, games are being played, and market is basically just doing its thing, and everybody's just losing their minds right now with what's going on. It is frustrating, because I can see why, you know, I can see it with everything that's going on, and people, you know, just time to research. If you're investing, invest with conviction. Understand that you might be in it for like a very long haul. Accumulate. Someone like one of traders I follow, they said the other day that one thing they were upset about with themselves was when the market dropped, they didn't stick around, that they just went off and lost interest, because they could have accumulated a lot more and become a whale and then see amazing returns.